My phone keeps dropping out. So, second part of that video, if my mother didn't actually go up there with her second husband, like, then yeah. But that fucking school, seriously, that was completely different to how I grew up. I grew up in Sydney. My family's from the inner city suburbs of Sydney. This was a different experience. So this is not how I grew up. That's how they grew up. It's not how I grew up. I'm from the suburbs. My grandparents are from the inner city. My dad's from Parramatta. How I grew up is how I grew up. Because where I went to high school is not how I grew up. That's just where I went to high school. And I tried to explain this to immigration. When I was in Connecticut, I even had some fucking idiot go, oh, that's a big move from the suburbs of Sydney to New England. I'm like, is it? Is it? And can I say, this is where my fucking idiot mother should have opened her mouth. Like, people wonder why I don't talk to her. It's like, you know what, Carol? Your fucking son asked you to verify information and get a fucking solicitor. Then that's what you do. Shut your fucking mouth. Sort this out with your son before this turns into a massive, big, unnecessary mess. Oh no, you can't do that, can you? So it's like, this is the shit. This is the shit. It's like, Carol, your mother grew up in Leichhardt. Your father's from Balmain. You grew up with horses, but you're from the inner city of Sydney. Can you fucking just tell these idiots? Like, how hard is it to go, oh yeah, dad's from Balmain, so's my grandfather Keith, so's her great-grand, they're all from Balmain and Roselle. Yeah. Oh, you can't do that, Carol? Like, this is the whole bullshit with the fucking games they play, like she did in 2017, going out on the balcony, crying, oh, fuck off, Carol. You get to a point where you're sick of these women. Like, seriously, you get to a point in life where I'm 46 this year, and seriously, I don't want to see my twin sister. I'm so sick of her. I'm so sick and tired of them in my life that I don't care. I honestly don't care if I never see her again. Because I'm so sick of it. Because they always find the problem's men. It's like, no, you are the problem. You're why I keep to myself. You women are the problem. This is why I keep to myself and don't let anyone in my life, because of you. And you've been the problem my entire life. You're the problem. That's why there's not one man alive that fucking can stand you women. There is not one man alive. My dad divorced my mother and went fucking running. Okay? There is not one man alive that can stand those fucking women. And I'll tell you what, you can see there is so many fucking women like that in Australia that are all the same. And they all get together, hubble, bubble, boiled in trouble. We're fucking little cunts of women in a fucking squawking in a chick pen. Oh, men, men, men. No, you scummy women are the problem. Fucking sick of it. Seriously, I am that had it up to here. So as I've said to people so many times, I am not from the New England area. I went there for 6 years. I was lucky enough to experience a different, and you see, I even always say it as I was lucky. I don't even say it like I was negative about it. I didn't want to move, sure, but I enjoyed my time there. But when I was there, I was back home in Sydney all the time. I only went there for school, and every Wednesday was my coffee day and social life up there. I didn't have a problem with there. I wasn't from there. I didn't really like nature. And, you know, apart from like, you know, what they had like with the theatres and so forth in the centre, it wasn't that much for me up there, really, like coming from Sydney. And the people were nice and so forth, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed every October playing polo cross. I did. But, you know, there's a difference. I was there for 6 years and I'm 46 years of age. I was only there for 6 years. I did go up for Models Quest because they actually ran a modelling competition that ran, and it was June Dudley Watkins from White House School of Fashion that was judging. That's why I entered, because I was doing design. I was always doing stuff in fashion design, art and design. And when I found out that June Dudley Watkins was hosting in Tamworth a Models Quest, and people from Brisbane were coming to it and people from Sydney were coming, I found out in Newcastle. That's how I found out. I was in Newcastle and they're going, Tamworth's doing the Models Quest. I'm like, what? So I jumped up on the bus and entered for Models Quest. And I won my heat. So I actually did win modelling competitions in Tamworth that was judged by June Dudley Watkins from White House School of Fashion. And I went because it was June Dudley Watkins from White House School of Fashion. Okay, I wanted to be, because I was doing art, I was doing design. This is where I was headed in life. It's a shame I didn't stick with it. Okay, it really is a shame I didn't stick with it. But that was in 1996. So that's why I was there from October 96 until mid 97. Then I left again. Then I wanted to go and work for a really good hotel. And they've got one of the best hotels in New South Wales, which is the Powerhouse there. Powerhouse by Ridges is amazing. I'm sorry, but it shits on a lot of places I've stayed at in Sydney. And that's owned by the Maguires. I knew the Maguires. You know, you can hear about Twiggy Maguire and so forth up there. And they've won competitions like the Workshop Cafe and Monty's Silver Service Restaurant and so forth. So in 1999, when I wanted to get experience in silver service and then functions, and then I ended up doing hosting, I worked there. That's why I was there in 1999. Okay, so I went up there again, and actually it was Laura. Oh, fucking hell, I'll look it up. I used to see Laura there a lot. What was it, Laura? No, one of the people from my school anyway, which was, I can't remember who she ended up marrying or was engaged to, but I was working there. But I was only there for 1999, and Caroline Wright said, go to Sydney and go and apply for a job at Star Casino. You should be a VIP host. And that's what I did. Like, this is just a joke, isn't it? Seriously. And if anyone wants to argue the point when it comes to my mother and her sisters, I've asked them how many times in 10 years they helped me with a legal team. Because I was lied about. How many times does women who actually work in a legal office have to be asked? How many times does my auntie who's still working in a legal office has to be asked? How many times does my mother who's worked in a legal office since she was 16 working in the city of Sydney, working for Ian Scholback, who Ian Scholback's wife, Diane Scholback, over in Clifton Garden, Mossman, became one of Mum's good friends, and Mum still keeps in touch with Beverly Jones. How many times does she have to be asked? When you have worked in a legal firm, you were a paralegal, you keep in touch with Bev, who still has connections in legal offices. The last time you worked in a legal office was in 2009. How many times do you have to be fucking asked since 2015? How many goddamn fucking times does a mother have to be fucking asked to do the right thing by her only son? Okay, you could have gone to Michael McHugh and said, you remember my son, he went to school with your boys. Okay, I went to school with Leo and Patrick McHugh. Like Mum's old boss, Michael McHugh, when Mum worked for the law company. Finished there in 2009. You couldn't just go, Michael, you remember my son Justin. There's this bullshit going on. Can you help him? He just wants some information verified. He needs a cease and desist order against an organisation that keeps harassing him. It's simple. It was simple things. We're talking about simple things in 2015 and 2016 that have been blown out of proportion, twisted to be fucking no truth left to the fact that why is Justin pissed off all the time? Why would I be anything other than pissed off after being put through shit for 10 fucking years? So if I have so much trouble with people from Union, why would I hang on to that? That's what I wanted to get to. There's my year 10 year book. So there you go. Good luck. Where's this one? I've got to get my glass. I can't read without my glasses on. Dearest Justin, thanks for your kindness. And I can't read the rest of that. Was it something personality? You always make me smile, blah, blah. Gemma Bartlett. There we go. Why the fuck would people lie about me in the last... And they don't even know me. Like, you're making up stories. Why? What happened? Nothing. There is no trauma. Stop making up stories about trauma. Like, the people up there, look, that's my year 10 yearbook. Okay, thanks for making me laugh. Yeah, Deminger Boys Rule. This is all the people that I used to hang out with at high school. So I'm in the year 10 yearbook. You know, like, for fuck's sakes, man. I'm over the bullshit. And then some other fuckwits are making up stories. Oh, he didn't learn... Amanda, I didn't learn French at school. No, Amanda, because your head was shoved up Mrs. Campbell's fucking ass. I couldn't stand Mrs. Campbell. I'm sorry. I don't fucking give a shit. Couldn't stand her. It was one of the fucking hacking people that Mum knows, and she was a fucking troublemaker at school. She wasn't there long. Because we had two French teachers and she being in Indonesia, she wanted to bring Indonesian into school. I remember the whole thing. She's going to ask, oh, like she would used to go to Amanda, like, can you do, like, oh, I need to get the numbers up. I'm like, I don't want fucking Indonesian. I was learning French. Amanda did Indonesian because Amanda's head was shoved up these people's fucking asses. Like, seriously, anything, Carol's friends with him, so Amanda's head's shoved up their fucking ass. Fuck off, Amanda. I'm sick of you. Seriously. Same thing with horse husbandry. I'm, like, even Judy Ball said to me, like, I had to go put horse husbandry down because, Mrs. Campbell wants to introduce horse husbandry. And Judy Ball, my art teacher, said, Justin, I'm like, you want to do horse husbandry? I'm like, no. She goes, change for that because I was good at art. So Judy Ball was my art teacher. Like, fuck's sakes. Like, Amanda's just, Amanda's a little fucking Carol. Seriously, like, piss off. Fucking sick of it. Like, anyway, wanted to quickly flip for this and that's it. I was going to show if I can see it here, the French, French teacher, anyway, because I know the French teacher I had, what she looked like, and I know there was two French teachers. One of them was, I'm fucking sick of it. I'll tell you what, I am that fucking pissed off after the last 10 years. You're not going to undo this amount of fucking pissed off to me. I can tell you now. You've got, get a good legal team. I can say that. Where are we? No. And this French teacher I had for 2 years, she'd actually been in France as well and learned. Oh. Okay. This is Miss Craig. See, I remember Miss Craig. Miss Craig taught French, but I had her for music. So this lady here, that's Miss Craig. Hang on. Yeah, my glasses are looking all right. Yeah, I can't see. But anyway, it looks, yeah, okay. That's Miss Craig, I'm telling you. See where my thumb is? That's Miss Craig. I had Miss Craig was a French teacher. I had her for music, but she taught music and she taught French. Okay, that's one of the French teachers. That's Miss Craig. Let me see if I can find the teacher that I had for French. I'm sick of it. Like, really fucking sick and tired of the bullshit that's continued since fucking 2015. Maybe before you make a comment about someone, here's a thought. How about you fucking know them? Where are we? No, okay. Librarian. Chow. There we go. Okay. That's my French teacher right there. Short, blondish, sort of browny hair. She taught music and she taught, we go, Patricia Davies. Sorry, there we go. So I had her for French. She taught music as well. That's her. Can you just see? There. Yeah. So there we go. That was my French teacher. Right. So whoever made up these bullshit stories, mate, how about you fucking stop? So anyway. There it is. So, oh my God. You know what? This, I had it wrapped up in bubble wrap and glad wrap. You know, because I enjoyed my time. Yeah. I enjoyed my time. So my Year 10 yearbook, I've kept, it's like sacred to me. It's like my memory of an experience that I had in my life, but I was in an area for 6 years. So whoever made up some ridiculous stories, these are made up ridiculous stories, because here is my Year 10 yearbook that has gone to the US even with me. I think everywhere I'm packing and moving, it's like literally when I was unpacking, I'm like, where's my Year 10 yearbook? Because I enjoyed a brief experience in a different area for 6 years. I've fucking well said this now, and I'm tired of saying it for the last 10 years. Listen, I'm born and raised in Sydney. My family's from the inner city suburbs of Sydney. If you ask one more dumb cunt who thinks they know me in Sydney, they don't know a thing about me. My mother moved with her second husband. big fucking deal. Seriously. Okay, but a brief 6-year experience in a different area, yeah. I got to enjoy so much more than anybody has ever enjoyed in their fucking life. I got to live in the suburbs of Sydney. I grew up going to Leichhardt where my grandmother grew up because my great-grandmother lived her life out there, Big Nan, and her brother was still living there right up until I was 23. Like I said to people, it's like I was going into Leichhardt till I was 23 years of age visiting family members. So I grew up going to the inner city to see family. You don't listen to me, you're making mistakes. Okay, Uncle Fred passed away, I think, I might make a mistake here with the exact date, but I'm sure my great uncle passed away in August 2002. It was a couple of months before my grandfather did, and he passed away in Leichhardt, and I spent every Tuesday going to Leichhardt to visit him. I spent every single Tuesday going to see my great uncle until he died in 2002. I was 23 years of age before I stopped going to Leichhardt. 23 years of age. Wake up to yourself, people, when I'm telling you the fucking truth and you're denying it for me for 10 fucking years. That's called gaslight and abuse. And I'm sick and tired of fucking abuse.